to the Fanatical Elfz Show, part of the Elfz Network. We are a bunch of wild and crazy Cleveland Browns fans, bringing you all the latest new Browns news. Tune in now. Good evening. It's the Fanatical Elfz Show. Welcome,
Where?
Steve Gill.
Welcome, John Suchan, Johnny Cleveland.
Johnny Suchan. Yeah, I'm going with the Johnny Suchan, like the Johnny Cleveland. Now, I've been doing these foodie reviews, so I'm calling myself Johnny Suchan. So,
Oh, another alias. All right.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to roll with these.
FBI is going to come a knocking one of these days.
I've said enough about the guy that's in charge of this country that you get stopped sometimes at the airport. I think I've told you this story before. It's like
I don't go to the airport, so I don't know that.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell everybody this story. So, like, it seems like over the last few years, or maybe longer, every time we've run through the airport, they have, you go through the TSA stuff, and when
maybe you should stop running through the
airport. So they walk. Okay, so then I stop there, and they check. They take that picture of you, and 9 times out of 10, when they try to take that first photo of me, it comes back and they have to do it again. So I swear to God, someone in the back channels has been listening to all of my awful takes, and like I'm on some list, I think. So
wow. Man,
that's a lot of information. I don't know if hey, it's Thursday. It seems like it just was yesterday that you and I were talking. I was just saying this off air. It's Thursday. I've had a week of working my other day job, a school counselor by day. Shout out to those at Licking Heights. Great students, great staff. So we actually had a very unusual August snow day, Steve, which was actually a major flood day here in the Columbus, Ohio region, where we got the day off from school. Many schools got off because we had 5-6 inches of rain overnight that flooded many places. And so I got a lot of schoolwork done, though. Shout out to all those who were paying attention and listening out there, staff. I did work actually today on my day off. So there you go.
Sure, John. That's your story, and you're sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it. Steve, how are you doing on this nice Thursday night? And
it's wonderful. It's like 87 degrees, feels like 95. So a lot cooler than it was last week. Had some thunderstorms roll in early this morning.
Okay.
Didn't get much rain.
The dog days of summer.
Yeah.
And the dog and pony show that we know as the Cleveland Browns quarterback competition. I use that as a joke, but I know that like today, Thursday, the Browns are still day 17 of training camp. They had the Buffalo Bills in town today doing a little scrimmage. They're working together, and I wanted your assessment. I know you were watching this more closely than I was.
I was listening to it. I have a client bring his tax stuff tomorrow, and I was going through his stuff.
Okay.
So I could be ready when he dumps it on me, and I can look and know if he forgot something.
Okay.
But
very good.
Yeah, it is quarterback competition. There's a great quarterback at Berea today. Unfortunately, his name is Josh Allen, and he plays for the Buffalo Bills. I'm sticking to my assessment that this is a very mediocre quarterback room. If they're lucky, if they're mediocre, it's not really much of a competition when the two top guys aren't that good. I mean, I go back to the game against the Bears, and Deshaun Watson looked good when he had the ones in there, but they were only in there briefly. As soon as the talent level around him decreased, he went back to looking like he looked in 2024. And I would say the second team on this, the second teamers on this year's Browns are better than the ones he started with in 2024. So, he's still zeroing in on the first receiver. He's still dropping his head when he about to take off. I mean, you know, and Shador, yes, he felt more comfortable in the pocket, but you know, his footwork is still iffy, and he's still holding on to the ball too tight, which led to that interception that he had against the Bears. I mean, you know, you squeeze the ball too, and you got to have a little touch every once in a while. So basically, and Gillen Gabriel, bye. Forget about him.
Right.
The one thing I got from practices today, the offensive line with the starters is doing extremely well. I have no more concerns about the offensive line. They moved draft pick Austin Barber. They moved him to guard, and they play guard. That would not surprise me. He's a very physical player. So
yeah,
I'm still not sold on KT Levinston. He didn't look good at all.
So what's the line right now? You got Spencer Fanow at left tackle.
Yeah, you got Fanow, you got Zion Johnson, you've got right now Elton Jenkins, Tavon Jenkins, and then Titus Howard.
Okay.
But I was impressed the way Whippler played against the Bears, and I've been hearing that he's been getting better and better. So that's a good sign. You know, if Whippler is your starting center, then Elton Jennings moves over to that right guard, and boom, there's your top five, and there's your top five players on the offensive line. So I'll be completely happy. Another thing I'm liking seeing Dylan Sampson running the ball. He is
the nice burst. Yeah.
A lot of people think, well, you know, you're going to be your number 3 back. He's going to catch balls out of the backfield. No, he can run the ball. I saw it when he was at Tennessee.
Yeah.
So he can run the ball, and they're set at running back.
Let me ask you this while you're talking about that.
Sanders is your 3, and he's doing great. So they're set at running back.
Screen play. He had the one nice one, but then there was the other one where he got a similar screen. And you were speaking of our linemen in that one sequence, and I forget when it was during the Bears game, but there's some video of it where like we had 3 linemen or 2 linemen and like the tight end, and they all missed on trying to defend, or I mean to guard and spring Sampson on one play, and people were really saying how, you know, piss poor that looked on film. You know, they swung and missed.
They're playing more together.
Yeah.
By day 17, I think they've settled on their top 5. Let them play it out. I don't know if they're going to play on Saturday. Todd Monken said that the older veterans wouldn't play.
Okay.
So you're going to see Fano. You're going to see Whippler. I want Whippler to start. So I don't know how it's going to go with the other guys.
Is that a fair way to assess Shador in his final dress rehearsal? Okay.
Yeah, the Bills aren't going to play their starters. I mean, he may play a sprinkling of them.
Yeah.
I mean, and as for today's scrimmage, everybody says the Bills won. I don't know if there's a winner or a loser when you don't have Titus Campbell and Carson Schlesinger on defense.
That's a good observation.
You know, they held their own. They held their own against a team who's expected to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Who has a definite, and you can put the word
you mentioned Josh Allen
in front of Josh Allen. You can put that word in front of him. There are very few players you can do that. Pat Mahomes is one. Josh Allen is another. So,
Josh Allen had a nice pass play today deep down the field, which it's kind of exposing the one play, at least our secondary, which we really need some more depth there. We don't have a lot. I know I've written about it.
They need another corner.
Yeah. There's that guy in Green Bay.
Michael Coates has been playing out of this.
He has.
And if you watch this show, you know I've been pimping him.
Yeah.
So
did you read up on Carnington Valentine at all from the Packers? Interesting. I mean, I don't think he'll be traded, but it was someone observation that he could be someone tradable based on what's going up in Green Bay. And
right now, around the league, teams are desperate for cornerbacks.
Yeah.
So I don't see Andrew Berry trading away assets that could be used next year. He's going to wait till cutdown day.
Yeah.
Which comes after the last preseason game.
Yeah.
That gives you 10 days to get ready for game one.
Yeah.
He'll wait to see what he can find. But right now, you've got 4 out of the 5.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about defensive end if Alex Wright is hurt. I mean, you see the video, he got up, he started to walk, then he stopped, then they kind of helped him off the field, and then he was put on a cart. But you don't know about these kind of things. When Michael Hall is having to play defensive end, I believe a position he played as a freshman at Ohio State before moving inside, you're in trouble. And they are in trouble at defensive end. I mean, they've already tried to sign a couple guys, and they went elsewhere.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that exactly? Because there are 2 guys and even Mary Kay was projecting that the second guy was going to, Zadarius Smith would sign with the Browns.
Well, in turn, you got to look at what happened in Atlanta. I mean, they lost 2 guys, one to injury and one to suspension. So they're going to overpay for Zadarius Smith.
Good observation.
He got money. And Clowney just went back to Houston where he started his career.
Yeah.
Fine. But they need to get somebody in here, and the list is mostly veterans who are waiting for an opportunity to get on a contender. So the Browns aren't a contender.
Let's quickly pause for a quick commercial break. Then we'll come back. I want to talk to you more about everything Browns, especially the quarterback competition. I've been listening to some local radio people up in Cleveland today, and I want your takes on some of what they've been saying. We'll be right back. This is the Fanatical Elfz Show. Hey, thanks for coming back. It's the Fanatical Elfz Show. Hey, shout out to our sponsors, Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. They shake the hand of the farmer, and Sherry's Licorice. Sherry'sLicorice.com. You can see it if you're watching this right now live on YouTube, Facebook, and the X. You can get a 15% discount on Sherry's Licorice if you go to their wonderful new website. They have every type of licorice that you can would your heart's desire. Blue raspberry, cinnamon, watermelon, you name it, they've got it. And this is a huge step up from your ordinary Twizzler.
Do they have bourbon flavored?
I wish.
You'd be eating a bag a day, wouldn't you, Joe?
Well, I do actually have an unopened bag of cinnamon. I got to give away one of these bags. Here's some cinnamon. We'll give away a bag next week, and some fine follower of our Fanatical Elfz Show. Listen, you can subscribe to us here, watch us here live, like I said, on Facebook, YouTube, the X. You can follow or listen to us. We really need you to listen to us. Follow us. If you go over to Spotify or iHeartRadio or TuneIn Radio or Apple, listen, find us, follow us. We're the Fanatical Elfz Network. You can click in Cleveland Browns. You'll find us. We'll pop right up. It's the Elfz Network, ELFZ Network. So, Steve, I wanted to go back just briefly, and we don't have to stick to this completely, but with the quarterback stuff that's been going on. And I wrote a couple different articles this week, and I just released one for Northeast Ohio Sports Insiders. I basically said it's going to be Watson week 1 starters, what I'm projecting. I called what was going on with the Browns quarterback competition, kind of a dog and pony show. I guess on radio today, especially 92.3, I was listening to Ken Carman, and I forget the other guy's name. It's slipping my mind, but they were just generally talking again about what's happened with Deshaun Watson and the fan base and the lack of enthusiasm by the fans, and how they're of concern of how the stadium's going to look, the fans are going to react. And, Ken Carman said, obviously it's dependent on how the Browns do to start the season. They have 2 games, one against Jacksonville, next game against Tampa Bay on the road before they come home. I know you've talked about this before. You don't worry about that as much, but they talk about it here in Cleveland on the radio, and I wanted your thoughts on that. I mean, I know you don't want to go with Deshaun, and for certain reasons that you've mentioned before. And you've talked about it being a waste of
I'll
time.
mention them now. It's a waste of
Yes.
time. You got to see what you got in the younger guys.
Mhm.
I mean, you're probably going to have to take a quarterback next year. I'm resolved to that fact. I wasn't before, but after watching the Bears game, definitely resolved to that. And watching the videos and reading stuff about these guys, they've got to get themselves in a position to draft a quarterback next year.
Mm-hmm.
So, wouldn't it be funny if late in the season, Taylor Green comes in and starts lighting it up?
There was a
And
lot of conversation about him today. Todd Monken was really very happy.
Well, he did have a couple nice passes. His problem is timing and accuracy. I saw him play in college. Of course,
isn't that what
nobody
problem
knows?
Is too?
I live in SEC country, and every SEC game is on TV. And then while I'm waiting to watch my Vanderbilt Commodores, who I'm alumni of, or the Ohio State Buckeyes, I'll turn on whatever game looks closest in the SEC and watch it. And I got to see KC Concepcion. That's why in October I was pounding the table for him
sure.
in October. And I got to watch Taylor Green. He's a physical freak. So it would not surprise me.
The Browns definitely have some athletes.
Oh, yeah, they got some assets. But, I see Jeffrey talking about, but there weren't any veteran quarterbacks to bring in.
Jeffrey's asking if he thinks that the Browns need to bring in a veteran quarterback if you're listening to us on Apple or Spotify.
If one is released in a couple weeks, sure.
For sure.
There weren't any really quarterbacks they could have brought in. I mean, I thought
I know
yeah, he's not ready. And Deshaun Watson looks like Deshaun Watson of 2 years ago. I mean, he does. He's doing the same like I said, he does the same mistakes over and over and over again. All his mistakes are post-snap. All Shador's mistakes are pre-snap. I mean, even if the Bears game, I mean, I was watching the Bears broadcast because I watched it on NFL Network.
Sure.
And they wouldn't show the play clock until it got down to 10 seconds. So I'm sitting there looking at the graphics going, where's the play clock? Where's the fucking play clock?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it would pop up with 10 seconds left. And I'm sitting here going, oh, same mistakes. And, you get the ball off like 2 seconds. No. Got to be at the line of scrimmage with at least 17 seconds. That way you can read the defense.
Right.
You can't be walking up to it with 10 seconds left on the play clock. You just can't. And that's Shador's problem.
But here's
the way, it got so boring in the second half. The Chicago Bears had to drag up the Deshaun Watson trade. Okay, this is a team that back in, I believe, 2020 traded up with the Giants to get Justin Fields. And not only did they trade, they went up to 11. They gave up their 20th, a 5th in 2019, and a 1st and a 4th in 2022. And they're talking about a bad trade that set them back until they got their stud quarterback.
They were showing the replay of the old Bears.
Really isn't a stud. I mean, if you think Caleb Williams is the next second coming, I got some swampland I can sell you. He isn't.
You remember the old Bears game in Chicago way back in the day with Tim Couch, where the Browns had a 21-7 lead with about a minute and a half to go, and they lost that game. I still remember that. I was traveling that day. Yeah, they were showing highlights of that. I happened to catch on some social media platform today, and I was like sick. I mean, the Browns have been dealing with this sort of crap a long time. Now, let me go back to the Shador and the quarterbacks, and I know that's the hot topic in Deshaun. I guess my thing is right now, and I've said this, in print in my articles, I just don't feel like, and a lot of people in the national media have also been speculating this, if the Browns were truly invested in Shador and wanting to make him the best that he could be, they've had this quarterback competition. I understand why you're paying this guy $240 million, but Shador not having being in this quarterback competition, not having all the reps and all that time to really
Are we
settle
going
in.
back to reps?
Well, I'm just saying he's not like, okay, he came in last year and now we step in and he's still splitting. And some people are speculating, is that going to still strengthen him and make him the very best quarterback? And do the Browns really want him to be the very best quarterback, or are they already,
Oh.
building toward 2027? This is what people are talking about.
Well, people are morons. Come on. I would look. The only person that can help, the only person that can help Shedeur Sanders is Shedeur Sanders. Okay?
Sure.
And he knows it, and he needs to work on it, and he needs to get better, and he needs to show it no matter who is playing alongside him or against him in a preseason game. He needs to show what he can do, that he's improved more. Look, I give him credit against the Bears. He didn't retreat. Did you see him retreat?
Mm-hmm. No, I thought he played
much better.
You want my?
He's still making those little bitty mistakes that are going to drive Todd Monken.
But it's his second year, as a quarterback. I guess that's the thing. We're all wanting to put him in there in year 1 or year 2 when we expect him to be.
I didn't want to put him in there.
Well, but the way the NFL is right now, if you're not ready to go in year 1, it's like a failure, and it's sad. It's just the state of the NFL right now. I think there's so much.
Like our old friend Elliot used to say, the NFL has overvalued the quarterback position.
That's a good observation. Yeah.
And
you've had 3 of those today, Steve. That's good.
I know. I'm on target. Look, he's got an opportunity. It doesn't matter who he's playing against or with. I know those are excuses. I mean, even on the interception against the Bears, first thing I saw on social media, the wide receiver ran the wrong route. No, he didn't. Sanders overthrew him. Yeah. He even admitted it in post-game press conference. It was the perfect play. Wide receiver was supposed to be where he was supposed to be. I screwed up.
Yeah.
Still can't believe that. They're not holding him back intentionally. They are not making him look bad. The only person that makes Shedeur Sanders look bad is Shedeur Sanders. Now,
well, you can say the same thing about Deshaun Watson and Deshaun Watson.
Oh, Deshaun! I've said that about Deshaun Watson. Did you listen earlier? He's making the same damn mistakes he made 2 years ago. He hasn't improved at all.
Okay, but that's where I get to where
he looked good only because his offensive line and skill positions against the Bears were better.
Steve, can I
interrupt you? The offensive line was better. The wide receivers were better. But he still was throwing behind. Did you notice that there were 5 passes?
No, I watched
that were behind. 4 of them were called.
That's
the difference between now and 2 years ago. 2 years ago, those were all drops.
Can I read? Did you hear my quote? Did you see the quote or the little snippet from Kyle Brandt of the NFL Network when he talked about this thing? Because it's basically what we've been talking about and what a lot of people are talking about. But he had this, he discussed this whole situation with Shedeur and Deshaun, and he basically said, "What are we waiting?" I won't read the whole thing, but he said, I would roll with Shedeur. Before that, he said something about, "What are we doing?" He may be slightly better in reference to Deshaun Watson, and he was good 6 years ago. But I would roll with Shedeur.
I would too.
If you have a push, like a tie, he says you go with the guy that's much younger, who has a bigger upside right now, and who the fans like more, and maybe you can grow it into something. And at the end of the quote, he says, "Why not ride with Shedeur?" And if in terms of he says, and you see what he's got. Maybe you catch lightning in a bottle, and the fans would go crazy. I mean, I think that's where we are.
See, that's what he's got to just. I mean, look, he doesn't hesitate to throw the ball downfield. He had 2 very nice passes against the Bears downfield. Very nice. Oh my gosh, very nice.
He had a couple nice passes today in training camp, by the way, too.
And if they don't, go for it on the 4th and 1, he could have led him on a touchdown drive. Boom. But, or at least a field goal.
Yeah.
But I've been saying that. Let's put him out there. The offensive line is getting better every practice.
So do you think there's still a chance for him to start in week 1. You still believe that?
I think he's going to start in week 1.
You still think that?
I still think that.
Okay.
I mean, Deshaun Watson.
I mean, I want him to, but you keep
Deshaun Watson is like Derek Anderson. Everybody put him on a pedestal.
I give Derek Anderson a little bit more credit. I like Derek. I mean, Derek Anderson.
Yeah, but he was put on a pedestal by fans that was made out of sand.
Yeah.
And he constantly would throw into double and triple coverage.
Yeah.
I see Jeffrey Champion wants to bring back Jameis Winston. Why not?
Oh, yeah,
he probably throws the same amount of interceptions that these two are going to throw, but at least it would be fun.
I have to share this. This is funny just because, Raul, I know you like to make lots of jokes here, but Cody Kessler, trust me on this one. If you're listening to us, it was one of his best Hugh Jackson voices. By the way, what did you think of Hugh Jackson? Did you see that little thing he did earlier this week on another podcast? He's just an idiot.
If I could send a message to Hugh Jackson, and this is the guy with a psychology degree, seek professional help.
Right? The guy is screwed up in the head. You saw that in video clips back when he was coaching the Browns. I'd watch those clips and go, my God, he's crazy.
He's legitimately delusional.
Yeah, I mean,
legitimately delusional.
Isn't it funny though? Isn't it funny, Steve? Because you study psychology and I'm a counselor and all this stuff, but when you really get at it and you start watching these athletes and listening to these athletes and seeing all the things that they say and do and the coaches, it really is an interesting conversation. I mean, it's some really interesting. I mean, if you wanted to do, case studies on some of these coaches and players, I mean, it's fascinating what you hear. It's all about the human being, and it's just
it's never
crazy.
His fault.
Oh, just.
But
crazy.
anyway, I'm looking forward to watching the Buffalo game. I'm also looking forward to having the Browns local broadcast and not the Buffalo broadcast.
I'm a little annoyed.
It'll be on NFL Network, so I'll get to see it.
Steve, do you like Joe Thomas? Because I've been a little annoyed with his takes.
I liked him last year when I watched.
Yeah, I was having a hard time listening to him the other night.
Hey, consider yourself lucky you didn't get the Chicago broadcast.
This is when I miss somebody like Jimmy Donovan and, Nev Chandler and those guys from back in the day. And who was the guy back? Do you remember listening to Browns radio years ago? It was Gibbs or Gibbs Shanley. Do you remember that name?
Yes, I do remember that.
Gibbs Shanley. Yes, he used to call games too. Nev Chandler. Yeah, boy, those were the glory days. Anyway, all right. So I think I appreciate the fact that you still are holding out that maybe Shedeur does get the start.
It's not that I'm a Shedeur Sanders fan. It's logical. I go by logic. I know.
What? Wait, what?
Logic? Football fans can be so illogical, but I do base everything I do in life on logic. And it's logical to have Sanders start to see what you have. But that decision is totally on Todd Monken. Jimmy Haslam's not making this decision. Andrew Berry's not making this decision. I've been told it's all Todd Monken's.
And Steve's got an inside source, so that's important to hear that.
It's his choice.
You've studied like reality therapy. That's what I always liked growing up, and when I was learning to be a counselor.
Reality therapy.
Yeah, and that's what this the reality therapy. They need to use that here, and the reality.
Well,
of the situation.
This is the game for Shedeur to make it to jump ahead at Deshaun Watson. It really is.
I think I'm more interested in hearing if anybody starts booing Deshaun if he enters the game on Saturday in Cleveland.
This is a very good point by Jeffrey.
What does he say here? But would bench Watson if he's playing bad, and then it would be benching. Okay, yeah. I mean, I think you're right. I think this is the whole. Yeah,
that's logic. that makes sense. I mean, it does make sense. It would be easier to bench Watson
for
if he's
sure.
playing bad than it would be to bench Sanders.
Well, the funny thing too, though, is Steve, you and I held to this whole idea for up until about a month ago, really, that neither one of us thought that Sean was even going to play at all, that the Browns would find some way to keep him off,
But there's, they're in the last year of that $46 million guaranteed a year. So why not see what he got? I don't think he's going to play. I really don't. And if he does, so be it. I'm still going to watch, and I'm still going to root for the Browns.
Thoughts about the young kids here, Casey Concepcion, Denzel Boston. I mean, doing some
Casey Concepcion is your number one receiver. I mean,
can they part ways with Jerry Jeudy?
Bill Sparks, he's a national guy. He wrote about today's practice, and he said for the two number one draft picks, Concepcion and Fano, he went A+. A+, A+, A+. Those two guys are definitely first round talents.
Okay.
So, and no, they're not going to trade Jerry Jeudy. They need a veteran in the room.
A veteran that's a
Your top three receivers are going to be Jeudy, Concepcion, and Boston.
Where's Harold Fannin? We haven't heard a lot about Harold Fannin in all this.
No, we haven't, because they don't have a number two tight end. That's the other position. If you look at all these workouts that they have, they're always working out cornerbacks. They're always working out tight ends. They're always working out.
Hey, did you see that story about the tight end that they signed, but now he's entered the transfer portal today in the NCAA? That he's going back to college, and they allowed him to enter the transfer portal. So a kid got an offer to play.
16 players. The NCAA is officially dead. They're dead. They got sued once, and now they're dead.
So this guy signs with the Browns, or was going to maybe, or I don't know, and then he decides to go back to college.
Yeah, it's happening all over the league. 16 guys.
Because you're making money in college.
Some even played in a preseason game and got a preseason check.
Really?
Yeah.
How is that doable? Like, you're the NCAA. Like, God, nothing matters anymore.
Everybody
rules. Throw the rules out the window. Throw them out the window. We don't need rules.
Everybody hated them because they would come down hard on their favorite team, and now they don't even do anything.
I just. Yeah,
they show up for board meetings.
I'll tell you what they do still is they still, and just as a school, counselor, I deal with a lot of, the kids that go from high school into college. The NCAA still has all these rules and everything that they're subject to for these kids who are wanting to play at D1 or D2 or D3 schools. And so it's interesting that they're still holding a lot of that. Why don't they give up all that? They're less stringent on the other end of things, but anyway, it seems like they're just a hot mess right now.
They are a hot mess. And as for this little comment, Raul, he'd have to sue to go back.
Okay.
So that's not happening. He'd have to sue. And believe me, I know.
Raul also says
this.
Did you see that one?
Which one?
This one.
Oh, yeah.
Dwayne Bowe riding the exercise bike.
Probably what he did best.
Thanks for commenting on our show. Appreciate you two guys watching us.
By the way, PJ Walker retired. If you're wondering. After a stint in the Canadian Football League last year.
Preseason game is route running. So, his route running, Jeffrey, is good, I suppose, but he is such a mental hot mess. I have no trust in this guy. He is a mental head case, and I don't give him.
You trusted him when Jameis Winston was the quarterback.
I don't. Listen, he did enough last year.
Man, he had a great year.
He was
with
awful
Jameis.
in Denver. If you talk to any Denver fan, they're like, "Have at him."
Maybe Jameis Winston gets cut here in a couple of weeks in the Browns.
Hey, bring back Jameis. Great. I'm all for that. That'd be fun. Bring him back.
But who would be the number 2 quarterback?
I don't know. I just don't
You
know.
start Sanders, put Jameis number 2 and Watson number 3, and then you lose Taylor Green.
Right.
Don't want to do that. I tell you, this kid is very good. He's very athletic. All you got to do is get his accuracy and timing down. And I mean, he's 6'5". He's huge.
Yeah. Man. Well, final thoughts on this evening as we prepare. The Browns will have a preseason game Saturday at the stadium, Huntington Bank Field. Are you excited? What are you excited exactly about with this game?
Well, I want to keep. I hope he puts. Well, he's going to put the young starters in. I don't know what's wrong with Quinshawn Junkins. He didn't play again today. I mean, I know he got pushed around after he knocked the crap out of Mike Hall. The defense kind of targeted him a little bit, in so much so that Todd Monken had to stop practice early because they kept.
Right.
There was too much brown on brown crime during practice. So hopefully Quinshawn will be back and everything's fine with him, and hopefully everything's fine with Alex Wright. I haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, I haven't.
Probably see it in the morning.
Okay.
Well,
nothing else. I think fans will.
But
I
want people to remember 3 numbers: 3, 11, 27, and the significance of that number is March 11th, 2027. That is the day the Cleveland Browns will cut Deshaun Watson.
3/11/27.
That, mark it on your calendars. Go out and get a 27 calendar. Put a big red X on that with a circle and a heart and, explosions like fireworks, because that's the day they're going to cut.
What's the significance? Is that the first day that they can be cut?
Day 2 of the league year in 2027.
So why don't they cut him on day 1?
They'll cut him on day 2 to make him a June 1st cut. That way they split that $46 million in between 27 and 28. So it'll only be $23 million a dead cap, which doesn't affect the Browns whatever. Because by that time, the salary cap will be probably over $325 million. And the Browns spending will probably be in the neighborhood of $391 to $395 million. So that's the day. Mark it on your calendars. March 11th, 2027.
I'm going to go put it on my calendar right now.
Adios, señor.
Now, Jeffrey asked the question, if you're listening to us again on Apple or Spotify, he's talking about Verse and his helping the Browns defense in their physicality. And if it seems like it's better this year than it was even with Garrett. I mean, I think getting Garrett out of here, I know people will disagree. Well, he was a great player.
How often did Garrett practice? He was always getting veteran days.
Yeah.
Has he practiced for the Rams yet?
I don't think much.
I have not seen video of him practicing with the Rams yet.
So. No, I think the Browns are on the right path. It's just getting there and working towards.
Need another defensive lineman and need another corner.
I wish they could go out and get.
They better find a damn.
I like that Carrington Valentine. Look him up, folks. Google him. Green Bay Packers. Maybe Andrew Berry could get a trade for him.
He's not going to trade for anybody because, like I said, the whole league is looking for cornerbacks. He'll wait till cut down day. Somebody will pop out.
When does the first cut start coming? Like in a week?
It comes the day after the last preseason game.
Okay.
Which is the 27th, I believe. Let me look at my.
Which is Friday, right? They play
Thursday, the 27th. They play the Patriots at night on NFL Network.
That's just a week away. We're gonna have to do a pregame show that we'd have our Fanatical Elfz show on that night. That's a week.
Well, we can do both.
Yeah.
We'll do a pregame show and a Fanatical Elfz show as we lead into the final preseason game.
There you go.
By that time, we'll know who our starter is, I hope.
Yes. Yeah.
I hope.
Who knows? Well, Steve, I hope you have a
wait a
great
minute.
evening.
Wait a minute. I didn't
what do we
see
got
this.
here? Michael Coates. Oh, okay, yeah. He's talking about Michael Coates.
He's my guy. He's my this year's Aiden Huntington. I was big on Aiden Huntington last year. Michael Coates Jr. is my Aiden Huntington of this year.
Martin
great.
Emerson, who plays now for the New Orleans Saints, looked pretty good in his preseason debut with the Saints. People are talking about the Saints like they're going to be a superpower this year. I don't see that, but it's not a great division down there. I think they'll be all equally, managed. But Martin Emerson used
What do
to
you
be
got?
with the Rams.
You got Atlanta with Kevin, who's he still can't find a quarterback. You got Tampa, who are trying to get rid of their quarterback.
Yeah, but it's going to be a special year for Baker. That's what he says. They're going to be.
Yeah, I've seen those special years before, John. Like I tell all my in-laws who love him, he'll break your heart.
Yeah. Well, I remember having conversations back then in 2021.
He will break your heart.
I mean, it's a make or break season. Is he the franchise guy? That's the conversation we were all having prior to Deshaun Watson getting here. So here we are in 2026. Deshaun Watson.
They offered him a 2-year deal worth $100 million, and he didn't think that was fair. $50 million a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, these kids just make god awful money. I mean, these basketball players, the Cavs signed some kids I've heard a little bit about out in Denver, but really,
he's good. They finally got a wing.
Okay, yeah.
Oh no, this guy's good.
Yeah.
And if you look at the starting lineup, I mean, they are big and athletic. Finally, the Cavaliers are big and athletic.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of people didn't like Dean Wade, my buddy, but Dean was a good player and a very good defender, but no, he didn't score a lot. He wasn't that dangerous on offense. So I know a lot of people criticize him for that, but I'm happy Dean Wade's not going to be playing with LeBron in Philadelphia. So I guess LeBron followed Dean Wade to Philly because, Dean signed with Philly several weeks before LeBron made his decision.
That was the deal breaker. You're telling me that was the deal breaker?
Yeah. I texted with Dean's old high school, middle school coach who's out there in Kansas when that all went down. I said, boy, LeBron, him coming over, that you have to let me know what Dean thinks of playing with LeBron this season. So he was excited to see what Dean thought. So, okay, guys, everybody, thank you again for following us here on the Fanatical Elfz Network. You can follow us everywhere. We are on Facebook, YouTube.
Just not too close.
Right, please don't. Yeah.
I mean, we've got I don't want to hear you breathing.
TikTok is the place to be. Thank you for following us on TikTok, and find us again on Elfz Network everywhere. Instagram, Elfz Network, and you can listen to us. Go follow us. Go listen to us on Spotify, on Apple. Go tell your friends. I swear every week I meet somebody who's a Browns fan and I let them know about the Elfz Network, the Fanatical Elfz Network, part of Fans First. Tune us in next time. Steve, you got a show coming up on Sunday?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Dog Pound South.
Depending on the outcome,
Dog Pound South podcast.
Saturday, potentially a post-game summary of what took place. But we will have pregame and postgame shows maybe next week. Thursday,
I might be available for a postgame show. Depends on when it ends.
Yes.
And then, how angry I am.
Right. But
I wasn't angry after the Bears game. I keep telling myself, it's preseason. It's practice.
It is.
And nobody really got hurt. And that's my basic.
I know every day.
I
think, isn't that weird? Like, it's not weird, but it's like when I get on social media, that's when one of the things that I'm monitoring are any of the Browns players getting hurt? So
yeah, I know.
Okay. Well, that's what we're geared for. All right, Steve, thanks again for a great show. Thanks again, all of you who are watching and participating in our show. We love the comments and keep those coming. We love your participation. We're a bunch of just crazy Browns fans, just like you. We like to talk about the Browns all the time. So look forward to another show next week. Steve, have a good show Sunday. Up next, you're going to have Rod Bloom and his brother Jeff with the Browns Blitz. They have a special guest, Tom Brunswick, who's a coach and stuff up there in Northeastern Ohio. He's been on their show, the Browns Blitz, before. So go listen to that. Watch it on Apple app. Listen to it, or watch it on YouTube. Listen to it later on Apple. Steve, good night.
Good night, John, and go Browns.
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go.
Good day, everybody. remember, it doesn't count. So it won't